Hey guys and girls, how you doing out there in YouTube land? This is Justin Davis with Drone Camps RC. We got another fun toy today in from Banggood. They sent us the JJRC X1. It says Shuttle X1 on the box, but on the website, if you look on banggood.com, it'll say JJRC X1. This is a 2.4 gigahertz quadcopter with a 6-axis gyro, 1300 mAh battery, which is a 7.4 volt 2-cell that comes with it. Comes with one battery, so you might want to order some extras. Also comes with the 1806 2208 kV motors. Those are some pretty powerful motors. We got to play with this for a couple days now. The rain finally stopped and we went outside and did some test flights. So we'll open up the box real quick. We'll show you what's inside there, and then we'll do some flight tests as well. We'll show you how snappy this thing really is. So around $100, the JJRC X1. Let's check it out. Okay folks, here we are with the JJRC X1. This is probably one of the coolest copters that we've reviewed so far from Banggood. This is really a pretty cool copter for around $100. It's not a bad deal. It's a little mini quad. It's around say like 210 size, maybe 220, just under the size of a 250 racer quad. So my plan with this thing is I'm going to slap an FPV camera on this, and I'm going to hook up my Fat Shark goggles, and I'm going to do some racing around the park with it, and maybe do some light, mild racing with it. It's not going to compete against some of the other racers, the serious racer quads, but it's definitely a package that you could slap a camera on it and have some fun with it. If you have goggles already, if you've got Fat Shark or any other goggles, you can run video on 5.8 gigahertz. Because this copter's controls are on 2.4, so always want to separate your controller and your video channel. So anyway, let's talk about the X1. Right now, out of the box, this is what you get. We went ahead and put the landing gear on the copter, took two little screws on the very bottom, here and here, and you put the landing gear on there. It does have an option in the front for a gimbal, so you can plug in an external camera on the bottom here, and it'll clamp in. I think Banggood has this available if you want that. So that's not a bad option, but looks like this thing would come apart pretty easily. It does have a few, looks like no Allen screws on the bottom of this. This is all just strictly Phillips head screws. So pretty easy to take it apart if you needed to. It does have a little faux GPS unit on the very top, which is kind of funny. So it kind of mimics the larger aerial quads, aerial video and photography quads. Also in the box, you're going to get the JJRC radio. I'll just move that to the side for a sec. And this radio is not bad for the price. I flew this thing for a couple days, like I said, out in the park and in the field, and it rips around the field. These little sticks, it doesn't matter if they're just the kind of ball style sticks. They're not the hardcore transmitter, but the copter itself is hardcore. So the motors has a really nice power to weight ratio. The punch outs were extremely nice, straight up vertical. And in the different modes, if you put it all the way up in the top mode, I'll look in the manual and see what that was called again. It was just called mode 3. Mode 1, mode 2, mode 3. So mode 3 all the way up gives you 45 degrees of pitch, which puts it in like what they call fast mode. In other words, it just hauls ass. And mode 2 has 25% pitch, so just a little more angle on that. It's not going to let you tip it all the way over or flip. But none of these modes will actually let you flip the copter. You can drive it into the ground pretty easily in 45% mode in mode 3, so just be aware of that. When you hit the throttle, this thing moves out. Mode 1 in the default mode, it's very stable. Next up in this box, we have the manual. So that's what I was just checking out for the modes, telling you guys about the different modes. You do get a wall charger. It comes with, looks like the European style plug-in. So if you're going to plug this in and charge it for an American socket, you're going to need to have some sort of converter for that. I already have another Hobby King charger that I use for the battery, so not a big deal. It comes with the 2S 1300 mAh JST connector on here. So if you have a JST charger or a JST charger lead, go ahead and plug that in and use your regular charger, unless you have a converter for that. So just keep that in mind for American buyers, that this does come with the, looks like the European Union style transmitter plug, or excuse me, wall plug. Next up is your accessory pack. So they give us a nice accessory pack in this. It comes with prop guards and an extra set of props and some sort of a prop wrench. And also nice, they give us a hardware pack. So I don't know how many times I've lost screws working on the bench. So there's some extra screws there. Those are the Phillips head screws that I was talking about earlier. And whatever color you get, you can pick blue or lime green. They will give you 4 props. And these look to be around, I believe they're around 5-inch props. These are 60/40s on these. So if you're on the Banggood site and you want to order extra props and an extra battery, be sure to pick up that extra 2S1300 for that with the JST and some extra 60/40 props. They should come in packs of 4. Pretty cheap. And also in the lineup we have the Allen wrench, or excuse me, this is the motor wrench. So we can pull the nuts off the motor, and I'll probably just use a regular wrench for that. This will do it, but I'm not sure about making these really very snug with a plastic wrench. So go ahead and use a regular wrench on that. Don't worry about this one. This one's nice in a pinch. Take it out to the field with you just in case. We didn't install the prop guards yet, but I'll go ahead and take a break. I'll put them on there and I'll show you how cool this thing looks with the prop guards. Just 2 screws and on they go. Okay, here are the prop guards on. These are your training wheels for a quadcopter. Go ahead and put those on there. If you're a first-time flyer, first or second quad, fly these on there for the first time, especially if you're going into mode 3 on a transmitter. That is going to save your props if you do bite the grass for the first time. Not the most like hardcore like props on here, prop guards, but they will save your props in a tumble or crash in the field in a little bit of grass. So I went ahead and put 1 bolt on there just for demonstration purposes, but it requires 2 bolts. Go ahead and pull those out of your hardware pack that I showed you earlier. So I'll show you the battery bay in the very back. There's a black trap door, pops down. Go ahead and slide your battery in there and plug in your JST first to make sure your copter is level when you plug it in, because the accelerometer needs to be able to be level to work properly. Okay, now you're going to turn on the transmitter. When you hear that series of beeps, that means you're ready to arm it. So to arm it, I'll show you that real quickly. It does take a few times to get this thing to arm out on the field. Probably not going to do it the first time, but you go out and then you move the throttle stick quite a few times left and right to get it to arm. So out, both sticks out, move it left and right, and it should arm up. I had to try to do this several times at the field, so it might take you a few times. Don't get too frustrated. Be patient with it. The motors will arm after a few tries. So let's go ahead and show you a few different modes on here. We're talking about left stick is your throttle and your yaw. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. So left stick is the throttle and the yaw. These are your adjustments. And your right stick is going to be your forward, back, left, and right. And there's 4 buttons on the very top of this transmitter. These 3 don't do anything. This one, and this one don't do anything. This one is your mode button. So you're going to be mode 1, which is basic, mode 2, which is, I believe it was 35 degree or 25 degree pitch, and then mode 3, last mode, will be 45 degree pitch. So that's your super fast mode. Turning on and off, power button in the middle, and it has a place for a lanyard as well. I like to fly with a lanyard, so I usually do that. Now in the back, it does take 4 AA batteries. Pretty simple. Simple transmitter, works pretty well. One last thing before I let you go. To turn off the motors after you land, you're going to pull the throttle all the way down, and you would think that would totally turn it off, but it doesn't. So make sure you use this trim button right here. Turn the trim button, you'll hear it beep all the way down, and that will disable the motors. So make sure you do that when you come in to land. Otherwise you might not know how to turn your motors off. Thanks again for hanging out. I'm Justin Davis. Thanks for watching our review of the JJRC X1, available on Banggood.com. Check you later. Now I'm in angle mode 2. That puts it in a little more pitch. Let's go professional. This is the farthest angle mode, 45 degrees. And back into stability mode, or the most stable mode with the least amount of pitch. Seems to be pretty cool. Cut that part out. We get a dog chasing the motherfucker. Oh shit. Oh, get it. Oh, get it. He likes quadcopter. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, come over here, come on.